Welcome everybody, my name is Ryan and we are playing RimWorld today. We are live on Twitch and let me move the chat box here. How's everybody doing? Thanks for joining me. If you're watching the VOD on YouTube after I've gone live, check the description because there's a playlist for some of the previous live streams that we've done. But if you did miss those, don't worry because we're starting all over again right now. What's up, Matt? How's it going, buddy? Thanks for dropping in again. Appreciate you, my friend. Hey, listen, we're starting a brand new colony today, Matt says. You're here. You're always here, which I appreciate. So we're going to make you one of our colonists today. Not the dog, believe it or not. You get promoted. You had good karma, and so you've been reincarnated. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate you telling me. It's always something I'm forgetting to do here. Let's change that real quick. Oh, yes. Of course, switching over to RimWorld, I always get the notification from Twitch telling me, hey, you're about to start playing a game which is not suitable for younger audiences, if you can believe that. It's funny because I play a game like Cataclysm. Hold on. Yeah, a game like Cataclysm where you're literally killing like youngling zombies and stuff. Yeah, but RimWorld's what gets the tag. All right, we are about to start a new one here. Finally, you're not emergency food. Well, hey, listen, if we start a cannibal colony, bro, you never know. Oh, all right, what should we call this stream? We'll just say starting brush. Yeah, in the fresh DLC, baby. Let's go. All right. Done. Stream successfully updated. Let's do it. All right, where's my game at? Yay, there's my cursor. All right, so let's get into it. New colony time. We're going to go right into Rich Explorer. This is what we did. No, that's not what we want. Crash landed. That's what we did last time, but oh, I've got a whole new mod list too, but we'll talk about that in a moment. Let's jump into this one. We're going to design it a little bit better. Randy Random is always my favorite. I'm going to go with Blood and Dust again. Still not quite ready for a losing is fun challenge, but we will do that in the future. And plus we can change it during the actual run too. Okay, so let's see here. Reload any time. We're going to do this just so I can save it if I have to quit a stream or something, but we're going to play it like it's commitment mode. In other words, I'm not going to be doing any saves coming or anything like that. So, all right, we'll do no pollution, global coverage. Let's bump it down to 30%, and we'll just add a couple of colonies. Let's do, we got wasters. Let's do a cannibal pirate gang. And how about somebody that we could, I think the Rough Outlander Union, I think we could actually befriend them if we, play our cards right, so to speak. Okay. How's it going? Let's see. And that's fine. We'll just go with Ghostface. That's a cool name for a seed. Sure, why not? And yeah, generate this map. Landmarks. Population. Let's bump population up a little bit. Yeah, hopefully we'll have some good trading possibilities around us and stuff. All right, we're generating the map. Let's hope we don't get any bad raids early. Yeah. Well, I don't think we're going to start in a jungle again this time. That was it was kind of a mistake last time. Saturn, what's up, my friend? Greetings to the ringed one. So first of all, we're going to select. Wait, what? Damn it. Okay, we got to generate that again. Hold on. It's going good, my friend. Thanks for stopping by the stream, Saturn. Appreciate you, buddy. We're starting a brand new colony, and you're going to be in it because you're here. You're one of the first chatters, so you just inherited a colonist, my friend. I can't promise that he's going to live, but, yeah. All right, so I'm looking for... How do I change the size of the map? All right, I'm confusing myself here. Let's just focus on a position. So, again, we want a temperate forest, but I'm looking for a growing period that's like almost year-round. Maybe not necessarily all year round, but That's 40 of 60 days. That's an oh, here we go. This is even better. All right, so we're in a temperate forest. We got a good growing period. I just don't want to deal with too much at once. What is this here? Huh. It's not a proper faction base, but that's interesting. Let's go look over closer to these two. What do we got over here? Now I'm looking up here at the stone types mainly. This is what I'm interested in. I'm looking for spots that have marble and granite. How long will you survive? I don't know, Saturn. What do you want to be, Saturn? Do you want to be the colonist researcher? That's kind of my inclination for you, buddy, is just to make you a researcher. Okay, so this one has granite and marble, but it's got caves. Caves are a deal breaker for me. Okay, this is a rainforest, so let's be careful. I'm being very picky. Okay, here we go. Marble granite. That's nice. Herp derp, what up, buddy? You haven't missed much. We're just picking a new location for a brand new colony. And we only have 3 positions, but if you want one, Herp, since you're the third chatter, buddy, you can be one of the pawns. But listen, don't get attached to these pawns, people. Hopefully we'll keep them alive, right? All right, so yeah, we'll go with this. Now, you used to be able, I swear I could change the size of the map. Not to worry. Yeah, 55 of, see, this is almost a year-round growing season. Bink. All right, so we're going to go to custom fluid. Loving it. Yeah, Herp, I don't know. We'll get to that in a second. Let's get through this ideology real quick, and we'll talk about what roles you guys can be. Hey, Cutie Bun Bun. Very cute naming each of the chatters. Good day to you. Good day to you, Cutie Bun Bunny. Thanks for coming by. And oh, you just missed it. But you can be our 4th colonist. Maybe after we capture somebody or a wanderer joins us. You can also join if you want. I won't force anybody to be a part of the colony because it is a risky business. Number 4, nice. Okay, so you consent to have your likeness installed into the colony for good or for ill. Fair warning. Okay, we're going to go human primacy because I love the production specialist. There we go. Matza says we're all attached already. We haven't even met them. Oh, Matza. Let's see. Also, I don't know why, but I feel that if we don't select cannibals as a colony, that maybe cannibalism won't happen. I've never played this before, so who knows? No, it can still happen. Trust me. It'll just get a serious mood debuff if they do it, and they're not cannibals. But hello, Akitato. How's it going, my friend? Thanks for stopping by. Sure hope I'm not a crazy person that's going to hurt the colony. Well, Cutie Bun Bun, I can tell you I'm very, in real life, I'm a very open person, accepting of all genders and creeds and races. But in RimWorld, I'm very discriminating. So that's, it's like a 180 kind of a thing. But so in other words, I'm not going to accept just any old piece of crap into the colony. I'll tell you that much. So let's get our ideology here. Okay, I love organ use, so it's going to be totally acceptable. Cannibalism. No, we won't do a cannibal colony, people. Get over it. Maybe one day we will. Physical love. Let's just do free. I'm feeling pretty free about it right now. That'll help encourage colony growth, too, which is fun. All right, we want a skull spikes. Acceptable. Let's also bump up research, too. We're doing... It's a live stream. This isn't... I'm not trying to do, like, some slow... We want to get up to the damn grab ships, right? HD gets depressed. Cannibalism doesn't happen. So cannibalism will happen. We'll see. Take that off. What is the skull spike and what does it do? It's a piece of furniture. It's a decorative piece of furniture where you can remove the heads of your enemies once you've killed a raider or just anybody. You can remove their skull and place it on a skull spike in and amongst your colony. And if they have this, if this precept, that's what these are called, is precepts. If it's turned on, they'll get a mood boost from it, and it'll make the room prettier, quote unquote. Sold, exactly. It's just even if you're not like role playing out like a good honorable colony, it's good to have these because it's just a straight up easy boost for very little like resource, and you're going to have tons of skulls laying around too. So, yeah. All right, let's edit, remove. All right, I'm just removing the clothing requirements. Again, if I'm not role-playing, like if I'm not like into the ideology trying to come up with something specific, I just take the clothing requirements off because it's more of a pain to have to deal with it. All right, so we're going to start fresh. Don't overdress my character. He likes to roam free. Saturn in Vintage Story, we did a stream yesterday. Was that yesterday? God, it feels like it's already been a year ago. But Saturn took the nudist trait. I showed up at his place and the guy had no clothes on. He had his undies on. That was it. Thank God for that, too. Come on. All right, so we're going to max out the number of festivals that we can do. And they're all going to be real easy ones. And then I'm going to go in and edit them. And I do need to change this. Steve reminded me of this. Anytime we want to change it so that I can do this at any time. It's not set for a specific date. And the positive is going to be a random recruit. Hello, Starlight Silverwing. Good morning to you. Thank you for coming by the stream. We are just starting off a brand new colony. And this one's going to be the winner. Yeah, requirement of clothing turned off. Showed up to my mansion nude too. It's creepy and also comical, Herp, isn't it? Let's see here. It's funny. It is funny. All right, so let's get through this part real quick here. Random recruit. Done. Edit. Anytime. Random recruit. Done. Edit. Anytime. Recharge side focus sucks. Anytime. Random recruit. I'm doing random recruit on all of these because as your colony gets progressed more and more, I'm assuming that this colony is going to last a long time. And the more colonies you get, the harder it becomes to recruit. You get less opportunities. The game gives you less opportunities to recruit. Even prisoners become harder to like convince. And so just having that as an option for all our positive ritual benefits makes it more likely we can get better pawns down the road. You know, we can replace dead pawns. All right, I think we're good. Let's go. Good morning. Oh boy, Rim time. You know, it's been 10 to 45 minutes on an ideology, at least for me. Yeah, it's tough not to. And I mean, we're doing a fluid ideology, and you can see it still took me a good couple of minutes to do it. I still feel like I'm forgetting something. In fact, I am. We also need a Christmas tree. Let's get rid of that. All right. Next. Good, now the fun part begins. We're going to click the Prepare Carefully button. This is one of the new mods I've installed. I've got a whole bunch of new mods installed, mostly quality of life, but we're going to convert all of them to boys, because our boys that's who chatted first. Look at the hair on this one. It's like George Washington curls. I love it. All right, we're going to keep the clothing the same. It's not a big deal. Ooh, fluid is always fun. Unfortunately, I have to rely on something like executions or raids for easy ideology points to reform. I like to just do like the easiest kind of rituals, you know? And then I spam as many rituals as I can just over and over again, like rotate constantly. All right, so let's see. How old is this doofus? Let's reduce the years down to 28 sounds good. I'm just going to start doing some of the basic stuff, and then we'll come in and name them and give them traits and stuff. I just want to make sure certainty is all the way up. This is why Prepare Carefully is so great. And you could also argue it's overpowered. It certainly is, too. If you want to make like a really overpowered colonist, you can do that. And it's actually quite fun. Okay, see over here? See where it says incapable of certain kinds of labor? This is the next thing we have to address here. So we don't want our people incapable of anything. Okay, so it's the childhood. Is it abductee? One of these is a real good... No, it's not that. Adventurous youth. Let's try that. Nope, cleaning is disabled. Angry student. There we go. Nothing is disabled. +4 to intellectual. That's fine. We'll go with that. Fluid is always... Okay. Yeah, good. Let's go to the next one. Incapable of social. That is because they were a mute as a child. So let's Let's just pick a random one. What does HugsLib do? Okay, social is still disabled. Cooking is disabled. There's so many. Look at the list of like childhoods. This is just background. Like, you know, it's so crazy. It's like, oh, okay, I can actually look at them without having to just randomly select them. That's good. All right, that's fine. He's a war game fanatic. What a childhood. You saved a pawn that I got via random drop pod that I make just about every playthrough. Thanks, character editor, prepare character. Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, let's get this one addressed. Ooh, so this one's a sculptor. Make you the governor. All right, colonial governor. Herp derp. You want the war game fanatic? All right, there you go, buddy. You just got it. We'll start with Bell then. All right, name is Herp. And unless you want me to call you something different, Herp. All right, so you're the war game fanatic. What's your favorite color? Black? Black it is. All right, schematic. Wait, what? Oh, is this an item I think that they come with? Orange. Gotcha, buddy. Ugh, there's not a lot of good orange here, is there? It's almost like a yellow. It's like a light peach color. That's what you get. All right, I think you start with a book. Yeah. Oh, okay. Uh-huh. It's because you're a profession. Rusty is rusty? Like this? Well, we're sticking with peach. You get tangerine over here. I don't know what color that is. All right, abilities. No. No, we're not doing that. All right, now it's time to add the traits. This is what's going to make our man Herp here a special boy. And I can already tell you I got some in mind. So Herp is industrious. Industrious is the better version of hard worker. So there we go. Because Herp is always working. He's always on the server doing cool stuff, helping out. All right, and he's also a nudist. No, I'm just kidding. Herp, what else? Let's give you the sanguine trait. So this gives you a permanent mood effect of plus 12. So it's going to be very hard to break you mentally. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be just, oops, damn it. I just screwed that up. You're going to be just happy. You're just a happy-go-lucky kind of dude. All right, sanguine it is. And what was the other one we said? I've already forgotten. Nimble, okay. And then it was industrious. There it is. All right, nimble's good. Nimble is actually, you can you have a chance to, dodge traps and stuff. No murder sprees for Herb. Hopefully not. Hopefully not, buddy. All right, so next let's go into your skills. Yeah, we'll do skills first. So I'm going to turn down your intellectual a bit. We'll turn up your social. You're a pretty social guy. We'll put you to a 10. Medical, no. I'll try and balance this a little bit. These characters are definitely going to be slightly overpowered, but certain things I'll like Herb doesn't do any medical or art, we'll say. Crafting's fine. You could be our crafter. You could be our backup crafter. You got a little passion for animals. Plants, no. Cooking, no. Mining, no. Let's do construction, too. Herb is a big constructor. Starlight says, Baker is my goat. Fast learner, double passion, intellectual. Oh, okay. Asexual, I think she has a minor passion in cooking, too. Super fun characters, ultra late game runs. That's awesome. There's so many backgrounds in adulthood and childhood. It's crazy. There's almost I might say too many, but that's why I just really look at what they're incapable of. Oops. All right, so let's just make you a decent shot and a decent melee, but you'll improve over time, trust me. These two skills level up the quickest, especially shooting. All right, Herb, that's pretty good, buddy. You're a backup crafter, construction. You could eventually become a pretty decent production specialist, not going to lie to you. Yeah, I like this guy. The production specialist is it's tied to our ideology, but it's one of my favorite type of pawns. All right, so who is this? Who did we say? This is Matza here. Matza, let's slim you down here a little bit. How about that? We don't need somebody with the body type heavy set here. Let's give this man an average heavy set, or average body type. I love the coif. let's see what it was. Matza says starting characters kind of OP by default as you can change stuff. Well, with this mod, we can. Yeah, prepare carefully. Normally, vanilla RimWorld, it's random. You just have to keep rolling until you get a pawn you like with traits and stuff. You can't adjust it like we're doing here. But this is what makes it easier for sure. All right, traits for Matza. Let's just do some random stuff. No, I'm kidding. Matza is, let's see, I also don't want to do like the same traits for every dude, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, most people do play with this mod, 100% Matza. I mean, there's another one, it's like called Character Editor, which I think a lot of people like too, because I think I don't know the differences, but Baldur's Gate 1 stats reroll for Ed, yeah, it's exactly how that is. That's why I like just prepare carefully. So, Matza, you're going to be our miner, and let's put you as our gardener, too. I think that's probably good. So, we're going to make you a quick sleeper, which is a great trait. You'll be awake before everybody else, Matza, because I know you never sleep. Let's also make you super immune, because that's a nice one. Obviously, pretty self-explanatory. And let's go ahead and make you tough, too. Oh, Mats is a tough guy. So just incoming damage multipliers reduced by half. 50%? Yeah. My eyes are bad. All right, so we'll accept that. How's that look, Mats? Is that good? We just do 3 because that's the vanilla. Like, we could add more. I could make you ugly, too, but we're not doing that. You're pretty in my eyes, Matza. All right, so good. Yeah, that is good. You accept. Okay. You got 10 Neutronamine on you. Can I change this? I can't, can I? I don't really want that, but it'll just increase our colony wealth for no good purpose early on. Nonetheless, we'll just go with that. All right, so I said you were going to... We'll keep you at social. I like people to have a little bit of researching, so if they just have like nothing else going on, they can do that. Also, I'm going to give Matza a little bit of medical skill. You'll be our backup doctor, buddy. All right, and Planter. He's going to be our green thumb at an 11 with a double passion. Somebody's got to be the cook, Matza. Somebody's got to be the cook, buddy. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to compromise. I'll give you a 7 in cooking, but if we find another like devoted cook, yeah, we'll be looking for another cook for sure. All right, that's good. And again, we'll just do some average. You're just a 6, a couple passions. This is good. And again, we've got one more character to make. So I forgot to change your name. Let's do most important part. I just have to look and see, is it 2 S's or 2 A's? It's 2 A's, people. Get it right. All right, there we go. Isn't high social great for preventing mental breaks? Psychosis is what the... No, it's... I don't think those two are tied necessarily. They might be. 666 shooting melee construction. I didn't notice that, Matza. Perfect. He says, all right, good. What's your favorite color, Matza? Black? Black it is. No, what do you want? What color do you want? What is that? Oh, this is our ideologians color. It actually makes a slight difference because we can make blue. Okay, we can make our own clothing, and if you dye your clothing to the pawn's color, they get a little mood buff from it when they're wearing their favorite color, as you do in real life. All right, Schlitzer. No. The only part of that that's right is the S. Come here. All right. Saturn. The gentleman from Saturn with his curly hair. I love it. All right, big dog. What do you got? Hey, oh my God. Oh, what? The white Gilgamesh has appeared, coming out of hibernation. But you're nursing a bad cold at a hotel. This is perfect distraction. Welcome, Grums. Thanks for stopping by the stream. I'm so glad to hear from you again. It's been a while since we got to chat with you. We've been missing you around the server, but I'm glad you're here today. Welcome. Saturn, what's your favorite color, buddy? No, don't apologize. You don't have to apologize for it, Crumbs. I totally get it. Life happens. You're not obligated, but I'm just glad to hear from you. You're supposed to be bald and blue. You want to be bald and blue? Oh, you're talking about from your serif. No, you're wigged with curlers and dark brown. Sorry, buddy. Blue. Okay, it is blue. We're going to give you a slightly different blue than Matza, but still blue. Did you notice my majestic blue tones yesterday? I did. It was very disturbing. It's not what I was trying not to look at your body, to be honest with you, buddy, but all right, let's get this over with here because it's blocking. I just noticed chat is blocking the screen. All right, cool. So he's actually already our doctor. That's important. Matt's is, okay. We're doing Saturn, not Matt's. I'm sorry. Saturn is going to be our doctor and our researcher because he's a real smart guy. And maybe he can do a little crafting too if we need him to. He's also pretty good with animals. I'm going to give him some skill with plants. It's good to have this backup, but we will take off the cooking. Don't let Saturn near the kitchen, people. All right, we'll just pop on another point there. Boy, I miss the server. And you too, Saturn. Look forward to seeing how the build looks once I'm back. We look forward to having you back, Crumbs. All right, we'll bump this down a little bit. All right, that's good. Let's go. Everything's locked in. We got Saturn, Herp, and Matza. Start. Wait. Yeah, we're done. Only thing about the favorite color in RimWorld I wish changes if it was an ideologian that is very authoritarian and controlling. Maybe, oh, okay, maybe like a national. That's kind of interesting. Change their favorite color to the one of the ideology. Yay, we've started. Oh, don't land on the turtle. We almost killed the tortoise, people. All right, so we've started. What do we start with? We got a little kitty cat named Midnight. Aw, isn't that sweet? Isn't that sweet? Butcher it. Bring it down. No, not right away. All right, so turtle soup. So we got a bunch of stuff over here. Let's look at our map. Very important. Do we want to settle down at this location or do we want to move? Let's also do a couple overlays real quick. Okay, so the dark green here, this is high fertility soil that we want to try and plant in if possible. There's not a lot of it. I like this position. If this is a short play, my next pawn should be Waldo Butters from the Dresden Files. No, I'm not gonna say that name over and over and over again during a stream. I'm sorry. That's a hard reject. Very important is their bear activity. Let's look at the wildlife. Saturn would like to know if there's a bear about. There's a badger. Listen, there is not going to be another playthrough. This is it. This is the last RimWorld playthrough ever. There's 2 grizzly bears, Saturn. There are grizzlies on the map, buddy. And if you even type bear hunt in chat, insta-ban. Insta-ban, people. All right, I think we'll hang out here. This is a cool spot. Oh, okay, hold on. I installed a new mod. It's called Designator Shapes. Badger. Badger hunt. I never specified badger. I just said bear. You did it. You outsmarted me. All right, so we got a couple little housekeeping things we got to do. Let's go to our work schedule, turn on manual priorities. Let's turn all these to a 1. We'll get through this real quick, people, and then we'll be playing a game. It's very important, though. If you don't get these kinds of things set up, then you're going to have issues. All right, so Matt's is the cook. Make that a number 1. Also, growing is super important. Plant cutting. Oof. All right, hold on. I got to start a list of more mods that I'm going to install because already, like, instantly I'm remembering new mods that I need to install. One of them is called Complex Jobs. Oh, I forgot to install Embrasures, too. So with these jobs, hold on. Complex jobs, like, it's been explained to me certain of these, like, there are actual other jobs that are nested within these. Like crafting is a good example. Within crafting, there's actually several different things that you can craft. With complex jobs, it separates that. So this becomes much bigger, but it gives you much more granular control over what your people do, you know, which is important. Fun fact about Designator Shapes, it's apparently the base. No way. How is Designator Shapes the base game now? I just installed the mod because it was updated and I love it. Bears on a hunt, does that count? Yeah, banned. Let's see, I've not played this for years. It looks so different. Yeah, it's so familiar. Yeah, you're probably aware that they just came out with a brand new DLC for it. Odyssey, which of course we do have installed. That's going. Alright, so let's turn Saturn's research to a 2. That way he won't focus on cleaning and hauling. But he'll still help us with growing. Yeah, we'll make Herp and Saturn the shooters. Good, good, good. Turn that to 1. Alright, we're almost done with this, people. Hey, Kage no Oni, what's up, buddy? Welcome to the stream, my friend. Thank you for coming by. You can make cubes, lines, and circles base game now. I think they have the ability to fill them too. That's awesome. I'll have to see. Yeah. See, I didn't play enough with vanilla, did I? I should have kept trying it, but God, these mods, they're just so addicting. And I say that while we're going into the drug page now. Let's do one of those. Let's turn this on a schedule. If I can get it to a 5, there we go. Let's turn on Psychite T for recreation. In fact, let's do a schedule. I want them to do, you know what, never mind. We won't do a schedule right now for that. Saturn is the first person shooting. Realistically, would be researching badger hunting techniques. Press Q or E to switch between shapes for planning. Okay. Walls and things like that. Really? Wait. Q or E? Q or E doesn't do it. Do I need to have, like, my zone tool pulled up or something? Oh, is it... Do I need to have my planning tool? Oh. There's colors. Oh, okay, I see it. Oh. Wait, okay, so I think my designator tool is overriding it. Oh, crap. So the mod I've got is actually overriding it. So it's supposed to be a circle now, but it's still a square because that's what this is set to. Okay, so I'm going to have to uninstall that then. Not it's a big deal. I'm not going to, like, end the stream to do it, but I just didn't even know that was part of the update. Alright, that's awesome. See, I read all the DLC content. I didn't read the actual update. Oh my god, Andy's here. What's up, dude? Welcome to the stream, my good friend. How you doing, Andy? I'm glad to see you, buddy. How are you? I haven't seen you in a bit, but life gets in the way of live streams. I know how that is. It's a sad fact of our world, but I'm glad you made it, dude. That's 2 people I haven't seen in a little while join the stream today. It's a different feeling having the coil gun and infinite pierce to destroy an entire raid in one beautiful shot. Yeah, welcome everybody. Andy is either a zombie or a vampire. Or he could be both. A zombie vampire? No, that's mixing genres. Something. Alright, so what else? We good down here? We ready to unpause it? Probably not. Probably have to instantly stop things. And oh, there's a couple more things we want to do. Okay, so let's turn it to herbal. Turn it to attack. Good. Kind of tired. I had D&D out of state yesterday. Really, I stayed over in the state capital, so there was a lot of driving. Oh my gosh, buddy. Sorry to hear that, but I hope you enjoyed yourself, or at least you can now get some rest. Playing a little RimWorld, my friend. Just starting a brand new colony, but... Alright, so I'm looking at who's got the best shooting right now. Alright, so Saturn is going to get the bolt action, and we said, who was my hunters? Matza is the cook, so Herp is going to get the revolver. That means Matza gets the knife, and that means Matza also gets the armor. He's going to be our melee. Okay, where are these 2 jokers going? Oh, we had a blast. We finished the session around 3 a.m. Nice, bro. That's awesome. All right, so they're moving some stuff in. That's good news. Now, let's immediately think about laying out some growing zones. We do have, I'm going to pause it. We've got a little bit of high fertility up here, which is honestly, it's not that far. So we'll start in right away with some rice. Bam. Yeah, we got a server event. I don't know if you guys saw it. Go one-on-one with the gorilla. No, not my precious Matza. Yeah, for the Vintage Story multiplayer server, we're going to be doing a run of the Resonance Archive. So if anybody's interested, make sure you show up to the server on Wednesday. All right, we'll switch this one over to a little bit of Heal Root. And yes, this time I did set up a pawn so that they can actually grow that stuff. Smart to do that. What the hell? Oh, there's two of them. All right, so let's do cotton and psychoid. Beautiful. So we got rice, psychoid, cotton, herbs, healing herbs. Let's expand this. Okay, that's better. Be fun to do a resonance run? Yeah, my friend. I'm going to either stream it or record it and then post it to YouTube as well. So you better be on your best behavior, Matza. No cursing. No, I'm just kidding. You can curse. There's not going to be any need to curse, though, because we're going to just stomp all over that stupid dungeon. Woo. All right, let's go. All right, we've unpaused it. We've got some growing zones. Let's get some wood chopped down. Chop a little bit of that wood. Let's also start to get some furniture placed. Why can't I find the bed? There it is. Bed. Wooden. Okay. We're going to do the same thing we did last time, but I'm going to do it a little bit smarter. Is this going to work? Yeah. Oh, that was good, actually. All right, so we'll forbid one, put the end table down. You can stream it and cut it down for YouTube if it becomes too long. That's too much work. How about I just stream it and then upload it regardless of the length? That sounds good to me. There should be a nudist requirement to tackle the archive as a group. Saturn, you've taken it one step too far. I'm sorry, that's a ban. You are now banned. In spirit. I don't actually know how to ban people on Twitch, so I'm not going to bother with it. But just consider yourself mentally banned, sir. Yes, that is also a good idea. Herptuber, I can get 37 HP, but no armor means I still die. Wait, where's your armor? Didn't you say you got to get it repaired or something? I mean, there's no rush. We got a few days still. All right, so what's the next step? What are we doing? We got beds going in. Let's get some security placed early. Actually, hold on. We got to get a wall up around this place. Okay, so I'm going to move that slightly so it's not in the way of chat. Okay. And yeah, let's just put up some wooden walls for now. I'm going to try and, capture this turtle. Get it. We keep him. He'll be our little friend. Uh-oh, Herp's already puking. What's wrong with you, buddy? Oh, he's got crypto sleep sickness. That's right. That's a condition of the starting scenario. Someone who enjoys uncut and unedited content. Your plans for a server event seem good. Glad you like that idea. All right, we're going with wood, but as soon as we get some stone, we'll replace these wooden walls because they are a fire hazard, people. So I expect we're probably going to need some sort of cooling device. Since we're in a part of the world where we have like almost a year-round growing, it's not a jungle, but it's still going to be warm, so we'll take care of our temperature. Look at Matza with his little helmet. He's ready. What? Saturn? Saturn put on the flak vest. That's supposed to be for Matza. That's all right. I can't take it off Saturn. He got to it first. It's finders keepers. That's the law of the colony. It's one of the laws of the colony. The others will be decided as time goes by. All right, so let's lay down some of these things. We'll put a party spot. No, I'm not doing that yet. Let's do a meditation spot. Saturn wants to be noticed. Yeah, I know. Saturn has to be fashionable and prepared. I agree. Saturn should not put a black vest on or any armor. No clothes for that matter. Listen, it's a dangerous world. This isn't the vintage story world where like the biggest threat is a bunny rabbit or something. No, 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 no. This is RimWorld, people. There's some serious, serious enemies here. We'll take advantage of your nudity, Saturn, and not in the good way, in the bad way. All right, we do have this cat, too, which I'm so sorry to all the cat lovers out there. Midnight's gotta go. All right, so let's start thinking about butchering with the table. Herp, you monster. You just killed it. All right, let's get this out of here. Mine. All right, production. Cat hat. Unfortunately, a single kitty cat does not drop enough leather. Actually, it might drop enough to produce a hat. I'm not sure. I'd have to examine its remains. But we'll start with a stove like this. Oh, damn. Midnight's new name is Meat. Hey, thank you, Gilgamesh. Support the free and nude Saturn. Oh, no. I should have made him a nudist, because it is the thing. But, and there's like a whole category, like for clothing. You can set up people's clothing, apparel. Oh, that reminds me, too. And look, there's already a preset one for nudist. No, a cat should be useful for mittens, not a hat. Oh, there you go. Okay. Let's turn off tainted. All right, that way they won't wear dead people's clothing, which is always good. All right, speed it up. Okay, let's slow it back down instantly. I'm going to get the fueled stove laid. What? God, move that. We need a dumping zone now. Oh, we'll just put it down here for right now. All right, looking good, looking good. So let's kind of plot out our early defenses. We're nestled into this little valley here. If we block off this section and this section, actually, because our growing area is up here, maybe if we block off this section and then I put like a wall over here. Well, there's water there, so I'd have to put the wall like up here, and then we can start to funnel all the enemies into this point right here, because they will take like the path of least resistance typically. So it depends on the type of raid we get. Sometimes you get raids where like their intention is to break down your walls, so they'll go straight for the walls no matter where like the opening is. I did not know that nudist was a thing, or I would have reminded you of character creation. You know, the thing about nudist is it definitely gives your character a mood buff when they're walking around naked, and we could have probably managed it in this kind of a in this kind of a climate for sure. Chip Wheatley, drop it in, subscribe to Tier 1. Thank you, my friend, for subscribing, Chip. Great to see you too, buddy. Thanks for coming by the stream. Appreciate that. All right. Can I finally place the frickin' stove? Boom. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for coming into the stream today. Just getting started with a brand new colony and our very own friends Saturn, Herp Derpley, and Matza are the members of the colony. And already we're having conflict. Saturn has stolen Matza's flak vest. But no, there's no... Oh, look at that little bird. A bluebird. Don't forget, people, everyone who has Amazon Prep, can give HD a free monthly sub. Well, thanks, Herp. That's thoughtful of you. I should put you on my marketing team, buddy. But that's true. You can sub free with Prime, and you will get ad-free content as well. All right, so let's see. We've got the walls up. They're finishing the roof. I think we just give them a little bit of time. But, you know what? We're going to get ahead of things here. Instead of placing the kitchen inside the barracks, let's go ahead and just build a separate room for it already. Bam. That looks beautiful. Think of that, people. An actual room for cooking. All right, that's good. That's good. we got a level 1 hype train going on too. However, I'm a cat murderer, so I will make you. I wouldn't trust him. Where is that murdered cat anyway? All right, so we need to do one thing to our stockpiles. I want to turn off animal corpses and mechanoid, and then I'm going to come up to this one and turn those on. Beautiful. Cutie Bun Bun, not a Prime subby, but birthday money subby. Happy to do. Oh, thank you, Cutie Bun Bunny. Appreciate that. That is so nice of you. Well, appreciate you guys very much for supporting me here on Twitch. You're making my dreams come true, literally. That's an honest statement. So thank you guys. Appreciate you very much. Okay, and Cutie, you're I haven't forgotten. You're number 4. I hope gender doesn't make a difference to you either, because I just typically disregard gender. I mean, I don't even, like, acknowledge it in a real way. Matza, thank you for the 5 tier 1 subs, buddy. That's awesome. Congratulations. We got a few folks who got some subs, so congrats to everybody. And again, big shout out to Matza. Thank you, my friend. That was awesome. Very generous. We got a hype train level 3 going, and I don't even know what that means. What does the drop down for it do? Oh, okay, we get like, oh, we can unlock emojis and stuff. Let's see, that one, maybe? Okay. Oh, wait, I think I can gift a sub. Oh, no, I have to pay for it. Cutie Bun says, hardware, I don't mind gender, just make them purple, pink, or green if possible. Okay, okay. Yeah, let's do the hype train, buddy. You know it. Whoop, whoop. Thank you. Appreciate you guys. Congratulations to everybody, too. All right, so our raccoon has just snuck into the kitchen. You know what that means. This raccoon is going to be breakfast. I'm interested in what this book does. It's only a fragment of a full prototype for crafting bows. Beginners will still benefit its teachings. Oh, it also teaches fishing. The unnamed scribe shared his views on bow making in an elegant book written in his wanderings across the rim. Using this knowledge, he settled near a yew forest to secure the perfect material for bows. Cutie says, the raccoon just wants to wash our... That's right. Those silly little raccoons. You ever see those videos where somebody will be feeding a raccoon like cotton candy? Oh, poor little raccoon. They're so confused by it. But it is funny. It is funny to trick them. All right, so let's see. Everybody get to sleep, people. I think we're going to get up our... Oh, I was going to say electricity, but actually Yeah, we need to get the research bench placed. Beautiful. Look at that. Fits perfectly. We'll get a couple of those going. Heck, screw it. We'll put one in the kitchen. Why not? Who knows? I don't know. No, let's not do that, actually. All right, speed it up to level 4. Yeah, yeah. It's pretty dark in here, so we will go ahead and lay down a torch lamp right there. All right, very good. Need warm clothes. No, we don't. Stop telling me stuff. Okay, we got wood on the way. It's all coming together, people. Now, I don't want to waste the kitty cat, so let's get this sucker butchered up. Reduce. No. Reduce. Yeah. All right, Matza, get to work. You got some dirty business over here to be taken care of, buddy. Let's see. Chip Wheatley. I heard RimWorld just released a huge new expansion. Are you playing with it? Yes, my friend, we are. We've got all 4 or 5 of the DLCs, including the newest Odyssey. Yes, sir, my friend. But I haven't experienced too much of it. Well, that's not true, actually. We did experience the new shapes aspect to the update. Yeah, the ability to change shapes for our plans is really cool. I didn't even know it existed, but we're eating, buddy. Yeah, you guys are finally got some food on the menu. All right, let's set up some meals. Oh, what's this? Oh, no. Crap. I forgot to turn off anomaly content. Damn it. Well, we can just ignore it. I think we can just leave this, right? We don't have to touch it. Ah, he's moving the corpses. Ah, well. Damn it. What's Herp Derp? Tier 1. Thanks, Herp. Let's see where... Yeah. Damn it. I forgot to turn off anomaly content. Hey, thank you, Harp. Being awesome today. Hell yeah, let's go. Alright, so let's do a little hunting of the raccoons that are near us. And we will start to set up some meals here. We'll start with simple. Let's do until we have X. Give me the details. Let's go up to 20. And pause when satisfied at 10. Good. Range, super low. Good to go. Let's go. Alright, speed it up, people. Dang, these bits awards can get expensive. $100 for 10,000 bits. Wow, wow, wow. Whoa! Gilgamesh gifting 7 tier 1 subs. Thank you, Grums. Hype Train accelerated. Let's go. Congratulations, everybody, too. Yeah, that should be like everybody's covered. Everybody's got a sub now. Thank you, guys. That is so sweet of you. Thank you. Let's hype it up. Yeah, yeah. Let's do it. All right. Now watch the colony crash and burn in the next 10 minutes. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. That won't happen. I won't let it happen. Okay, so Mats is hard at work, butchering up some more creatures. Let's get a torch laid in here. Oh, you guys are the best. You just made my whole week. I appreciate you very much. All right. Let's see, temperature-wise. Oh, it's actually cold. Well, that's weird. Let's deconstruct that. Yeah, let's just deconstruct that for now. Yeah, I actually think we should build a couple more heating units or something. Well, we've got to choose our research first, and we're going to go with the battery research. Now, let's start thinking about... Hey, I got a raccoon emoji. Nice. I don't know if all are covered, but it would not let me choose, so it's random. It is. Yeah, that's correct. I'm pretty sure it is random. Having more subs also helps your channel being promoted in the algorithm, as far as you know. Oh, really? Is that true? That makes sense. That does make sense, yeah. It definitely seems that way with YouTube, for sure. Like, once I got over a certain level with YouTube, it was just, like, natural to the growth kind of progressed. What was I going to do? Let's just unforbid that. Well, that'll be our medical bed. Are we out of wood? Yeah, we're out of wood. All right. Oh, no. There's a few out here. What is that? Oh, my God. Look at that little porcupine. There's a bunch of... Kage says, thank you, Matza. I wondered a way to check out Rescue Dog and come back in a subscription. That's right. Yeah, congratulations, Kage. And welcome to the channel, my friend, as a full subscriber. Yeah, congrats to everybody. And a big shout out to the donators. You guys are awesome. All right, we've been going for 53 minutes, and it feels like it's been 5 minutes. So let's do it. And we got a turtle. So how's our food? So one thing we can do to kind of speed up production, and I'm going to set a zone for the stockpile. Hold on, I'm thinking. Yeah, let's put our stockpile zone here, and we'll clear it of everything. We'll make it a critical priority, and we'll set the meals. We'll set it to hold a bunch of simple meals and maybe some fine meals. Trash Panda acquired. Herb is coming back from some hard work. Let's check out our pawns. Okay, we're cutting down trees. That's good. That's good. Herb, what are you doing, buddy? He's building a bed. Okay, that's going to be our backup bed. Mats is coming to butcher. We need to get this. This turtle is just all up in everybody's way, so we're going to have to butcher that. Oh, here comes Herb. Look at this man. Hold on, buddy. How about we not shoot with Matza right there in the line of fire? Alright, get on it. Kill that turtle. Now, we might eventually get enough leather to start actually piecing together some textiles. Something. One of the mods that I installed is an accessories mod. So it allows us to make things like backpacks, which are freaking awesome. I love it. It's the vanilla expanded accessories. You can even make things like medical tools and... Oh, crap. Now Saturn is in the way. Yay, new record, level 4. Awesome, level 4 hype train. That is a new record. Turtle suit. You know, hey Eric, how's it going? The turtle. I'm sorry, my friend. The turtle's hard to kill. Jesus. Okay, good job, Herp. You did it. I bet your shooting skill went up. 6.41. Chip Wheatley, he's really struggling to shoot that turtle. We're almost level 4. I know. I think it will unlock some more emojis for sure. 2 again, remaining 4 to complete. Yeah. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of like animated emojis that it unlocks. I'm not sure if I have to go in and choose those off stream or if it just boom they kick in or not. Thank you, Gilgamesh. That turtle's name was Ricochet. Oh god, I hope it didn't have an actual name. Alright, so Matza is right now. Look at this. Everybody's unfamiliar with the game RimWorld. This is a classic mistake. This man is eating without a table. And if you know anything about RimWorld lore, you know that that can be a fatal, fatal thing. So let's get a little community table set up. Now, currently, it's out in the middle of the rain, so we're going to extend our roof over it. And that reminds me. Alright, that's fine. No. Yep, level 4 complete. Nice. Setting a new record. Keep going until the clock runs out. Thank you, guys. That's awesome. Yep, level 5. Yeah, we've got a bunch of emojis. I think I have to go in and add them after the stream. Unless you guys just have access to them, I'm not sure. But okay, let's see. You always eat off the floor in vintage stores. Suddenly it's a bad thing now. Well, that's funny. It's kind of a meme in RimWorld because it's something that they eventually tweaked and later made it not such a bad penalty. But if we look, 8 without a table, -3. It used to be like -6 or something. I don't know the exact, but they nerfed it. But I mean, this used to be the cause of so many mental breaks early in like a colony's start. People always joked about it. In RimWorld, there are standards, and eating without a table is pretty severe. Pretty severe consequence. Yeah, he's also got a penalty for sleeping in the cold, which is something we can control. So we don't have electricity yet. I'm just going to have him throw down a campfire. Herb, why don't you prioritize building that for us, buddy? All right, good. It's all coming together right now. Yeah, hype. Man, oh man. It's been a good stream so far for the colony and for the channel. Let's see here. All right, we got some meat. Now, how's our crops? I love this little blue bird. Porcupine's pretty cute too. I'm thinking, should we expand these crops at all? Cotton's just there. I actually don't have knowledge of how to prepare psychoid yet, so that we're going to want to wait on, or at least prioritize. Yeah, let's expand our rice a little bit. I'm super paranoid now about food after the last colony debacle, because people were starving. And of course, nothing's going to make them go on mental breaks faster than having an empty belly, you know? Guess us plebes from Vintage Stories just have better immune systems. Oh my gosh. Well, some of the things, RimWorld it's a different kind of game. I've mentioned it a couple times. In fact, at the start of the stream when I was changing the title of the stream, like I've only played about a handful of games on Twitch because I've only been doing it now for about 9 months. But so far, RimWorld is the only one that when I enter that into the Twitch page, the statistics or whatever for the stream, it gives me a warning telling me that this is mature content. RimWorld gets a warning tag. In fact, it was banned in Australia. I don't know if it currently still is banned in Australia. You can't. I think that might have been lifted, but I remember there was a time period like a year or two back when the Australian government banned RimWorld. But yeah, either way. Okay, so what are these jokers out doing? Where's Herp? Herp, what are you doing? He's cutting down an oak tree. Saturn's sound asleep over here. I think this is due to the name of the game as in Rim in it. Oh, really? Is Australia not a bit special when it comes to game bans, though? Yeah, them in South Korea. They've got a few. They're pretty quick with the ban hammer, too. Yeah. Kage says, "Do you remember that? They thought it promoted drug use." Oh, is that the reason? Okay. So it was probably before biotech then, wasn't it? Appealed to the show and the whole addiction side of things. What's funny, too, is in my mind, and maybe this is just me and my social beliefs, but the drug aspect is, like, not the worst part of this game. Like, the ability to kill and butcher people of all ages is probably what I would say the most extreme. I'm not surprised that Saturn is sleeping wearing all those clothes. He's very tiresome, isn't it? Oh my gosh. Wait, do we get another one? Oh, we got a hype chest here. Okay, so I've got the ability to open a hype chest. We got a cat scare emoji. Neat. Okay, check it out. Bam. Choo choo. It's literally a scary cat. Andy says, "I'd say the slavery and cannibalism are the worst parts." Yeah, 100%. And it goes beyond just like eating people, because you can literally take the skin, human skin, and then turn it into clothing and sell it. And it's pretty valuable. All right, so we just got a stupid animal self-tame. We got a squirrel here to self-tame. Gosh, I hope this VOD doesn't get demonetized on YouTube. Oh, luckily it's pretty easy to outsmart the AI algorithm checker, because I think it only checks like the first couple minutes of a stream, or of a video. But either way, I've never had any issues on YouTube with like language or anything like that. The only time I've ever had issues was from music in a game that wasn't like owned by the developer themselves, but that's it. Never had any issues with YouTube, thankfully. Fingers crossed. Saturn says, "Yes, it's funny how they're not adding new animals with drops in Minecraft at the same time. They had no problem adding villagers to be butchered at will. Some moral choices are interesting." Yeah, especially with games. With games, for sure. I do find it interesting when people are upset or get upset about the killing of animals in a video game. And we're not talking about people now, simulated people, but animals. I definitely hear people, comment, "Oh, you shouldn't kill your chickens," or whatever. It's funny to me because this is a simulated creature, and yet almost certainly those same people will go out and enjoy a nice chicken sandwich for lunch, But yeah, it's tough. It's tough. All right, so speaking of butchering animals, Matt's is hard at work over here. Now, we need to grab, this is wild heel root right here. I'm starting to get a little paranoid about our lack of medicine. So we're going to grab this. I'm now using a tool here to just select all the heel root in the area, and we're going to harvest it. Not too far. I don't want them walking all over the map and stuff. But, all right, we do need defenses, it's telling me. That's probably smart. You don't eat meat in real life, but I don't mind animals being eaten in games. People sure are odd sometimes. Yeah, I think I've had conversations with my coworkers about this. I think that overreaction to animals being hurt in a simulated video game is probably a bit of and again, we're talking about psychology here, so I'm just speculating. Maybe it's a bit of compensation for people who do feel guilty about the killing of animals in real life. You know what I'm saying? Because one thing is for sure, the meat processing industry is a cruel industry for the animals that get trapped in it. No doubt about it. It's not a pleasant thing to hear, but it is the truth. And, we're all kind of certain, like subconsciously, it's like on the edge of our consciousness, this knowledge that animals are being mistreated for our own benefit, but we can't really do anything about it. We still got to eat, it's still delicious food and we love it. But then you can act out in the video game towards the game. You know what I'm saying? But again, maybe it's just this misplaced type of feeling. I'm not sure. It's interesting to talk about and discuss, but I don't want to offend anybody. In my opinion, there's a big difference between a pet animal and an eating animal. And to be honest, if it was between that and starving, true, 100%. Matza says at one of the elementary schools where I lived, they had a tradition to kill a sheep and skin it. So for me, the killing of animals in game is not bad, but as long as animals are not mistreated, I don't see the problem with eating, killing. I agree with you, but that is the problem. And it's not something which is made obvious, but here, at least in my country, as I said, the meat processing industry is horrendous. You know, there are regulations and stuff, but I mean, companies, if they are big enough and rich enough, they can simply just break the law, and it's cheaper for them to pay the penalties than it is to, you know, to retool their whole operation to make it safer or more, you know, benign to the animals. You know, it's just they'll just pay the fines, you know, because they still make more profit. But maybe it is easier to feel empathy in a game where you, as a player, have more control than you do in real life. I think that's true. I think that's there's something to that for sure. Grums for sure. Temperature's back to being good. I didn't have working concept of pain or death when I was 5. I killed my hamster in 32 years. I still feel terrible about it. Yeah, I have memories. I used to do landscaping when I was in my 20s. My stepdad owned a landscaping business, and I was like the weed whack guy, the one who, you know, those, they like trimmers, hedge trimmers or edge trimmers. I don't know what you guys call them in UK and stuff, but we call them weed whackers or weed whips. And rabbits tend to make their nests like along these fences where there's like the large tufts of grass grow up. And yeah, I unfortunately seen many rabbits perish due to lawn equipment, and it's a sad thing. It does stay with you, those images. Yeah, it's not pleasant for sure. It's and it makes you really feel like, for men and women who have to engage in war, you know, combat, and see other people like that, man, I can't I don't know how every single person who goes through something like that doesn't come out of it with PTSD, you know, and probably most of them do. Maybe some are just better at suppressing it than others and stuff. But as someone who grew up breeding sheep for show and slaughter, I can absolutely say that most companies go about it in a horrid way. Yeah, there's a really great movie. It's great is not the right term, but it's a poignant movie. Is called Earthling, and it's narrated by Joaquin Phoenix. It's a bit older at this point, maybe early 2000s, but it's about animal cruelty and mainly focuses on the animal meat producing industries. But after I watched that, I literally went vegetarian for like 9 months. Yeah, you know, eventually I fell back into the trap of eating meat, but it was so horrible. The videos and stuff, it was bad. Kage says, what you're describing about being cheap, fine being cheaper is why I feel companies should be fined based on a percentage of previous year's revenues, with low numbers for smaller violations, big numbers for more severe violations. That way, being a big company doesn't suddenly make the fine cheaper than compliance. Exactly. That's a good point. That's a smart, common sense solution. And because of that, Kage, our politicians will never enact it. Any piece of paper that idea is written on, they will immediately ball it up and throw it out. Unfortunately, that's the way it seems to work. But, all right, let's take a look at the colony. Things are going good, despite me just talking for most of the time here, but food's shaping up. Let's do a little hunt. Now, as soon as we start to get some crops, like some rice, and you know what, let's get some fruit in the ground too. We're going to lay down a strawberry patch. I actually don't know how strawberries react to high fertility. Let's just find out. Fertility sensitivity is 100%. Cool. All right. That means we will put them in the high fertility. Uh-oh. What's up, Herb? Hold on. What happened to Herb? Did I say something? Or... Okay, I'm lost here. All right, let's see. Let's forbid these meals. Those will be our backup. We're going to forbid this medicine. At least I'll keep some of it. That's how we lost a character in the last one. I was a little bit too stingy with the medicine, but I'm also just trying to be as careful as possible. We don't want to lose people. Alright, so we'll speed it up to a 4. We still need defenses, so let's get some spike traps. Where do we want to put these? I'll put one like right there. There. I'm not going to do too many of these because I don't know the pathing yet for our enemies. But once we get a couple raids, we'll be able to lay those out a little bit better. All right, that's good. Now, let's start thinking about stone. We've got some research, but... Stonecutter's table. Let's put that in here, I guess. Yeah, we'll just put that right there. That's fine. Eating at the table. That's good. That's good. Not to worry. Not to worry. Speed it on up. Alright, so I want to double check and see who our crafters are. Yeah, see, crafting. This is what I was talking about earlier, where stone cutting is actually nested in crafting. But so is like 4 or 5 other things. Okay, Herp is our crafter. Alright, Herp. It's time to lay down some stone, buddy. Nope. Beautiful. Alright, we will... We'll start with the granite. Yeah, that's what we'll need. Alright, we're speeding it up to a 4. Let's go. Time is accelerating. Superluminal. I just like that phrase, you know, superluminal. Something about the words rolls right off the tongue. Granite, of course. Oh, poor Grums. They have a very, very distinct hatred for granite. You know, it's funny. I've been working on the little marketplace buildings on the Vintage Stories server, Grums, and I used granite in one of them, and I was thinking to myself, I was like, Grums is going to hate this. But then the other buildings that I built, I didn't. I explicitly did not use granite. But in this game, there's an actual benefit to it. I chose this biome specifically because of the granite, the presence of granite and marble. Granite has the highest hit points of any stone wall, so it's just better for like defenses and stuff. I'll look forward to seeing the buildings. Oh yeah. One of them I'm not super happy with the interior, but you know, you can't be in love with every building. Sometimes you just got to move on. Granite is good if used right. I think so. I like the granite. I like granite and walnut. We're talking about Vintage Story again, but yeah, in the building, I like those two combos. Saturn says, sadly, we often take granite for granted. Okay, Herp is busy at work cutting stone. What's Matza doing? Going swimming. That reminds me, we haven't set up any recreation yet, and that's a horrible, horrible sin. So we'll set that up. Let's put a chess table. Bam, right there. Let's put that little thing right there. Good. And we could do a poker table and a billiards table. We'll get to those later. You just need a little bit of a variety. It doesn't have to be crazy variety. Alright, let's start thinking about power. Now, if I'm going to lay down some wind turbines, where would we do that? Probably up here, huh? Yeah, we got a bunch of open area thanks to all this stone. This is good. This is good. I'm going to lay these out. And then I'm going to forbid a couple of them. Herp says, the man, the myth, the terror of small woodland creatures. That's right. Let's get him to do some hunting, too. I think, are we getting low on food? Yeah, we've got 4 meals left. The main... No. Sadly, the main reason people dislike granite and Vintage Stories mostly because of most likely rock to spawn and the rock strata, yeah, and becomes the default for things like cobble. That's true. Andy says, not gonna lie, most of my successful RimWorld playthrough, I didn't get recreation set up until we had reached space. It was very strange. Yeah, I'm surprised you could actually manage that. Oh my god, that freaking cat just ate the rat that we were gonna kill and eat. Stingy cat. Alright, we'll eat this squirrel here. And that porcupine. Yeah, we just want some small game right now. Not trying to take down anything big. Alright, speed it up. Herp's out here shooting. He's trying to kill. Get that bird too, Herp. Poor Herp. He's got, shooting skills getting up there a little bit. He's chasing the porcupine. Oh my god. Also, don't go after the porcupine. Trust me. Oh, okay. Cancel that. Kage just saved your life, Herp. Alright, we didn't go after the porcupine. We stopped it. Can we ride large creatures and hunt? Only with a mod. There's a mod. There's a mod called Giddy Up, which allows you to ride large creatures. I don't have it installed yet, though. I think it's updated. It's a fun one, and like raiders can show up to raid your colony on mounts and stuff. It can make it more difficult though, because they can get super fast depending on what animals they're on. But it's a fun one. It will fire quills. Oh, and that will have to be surgically removed. No way, that's crazy. Let's be honest, Herb, you would go after a porcupine anyway. Well, his name is Herb Derpley. We know Herb. He would shoot and YOLO, go for it. Oh, poor Herb. He's a brave hunter. Look at Saturn. Saturn sees that there's a chess table set up, and he's instantly playing it by himself too, I might add. Herb is like, "Hey Saturn, you want to have a fun game of horseshoes?" And like, "Don't bother me." Black moves to knight square 2. All right. Yes, Matza. Yes, getting his hands dirty, people. Let's get that hunted. We need more food. Get that fox hunted. Playing by himself is the only way he can win at chess. I love it. I hate chess. There's a guy who kept porcupines in his containment facilities. After enough quills, pain alone was enough to permanently prevent escape attempts. That's awesome. That's a creative use there, buddy. You can't lie. Oh, I was about to make the joke because I'm slow on mobile. Oh, man. Stole your thunder, Grums. Oh, look. Saturn is taking aim. Herp is just watching. Saturn's like, "I got this one, Herp. You stand back, buddy. Let me do a little hunting today." Oh. He's going to shoot Herp. Where's Herp going? Oh, he's hunting the fox. All right, speed it up. Make me proud, son. Oh, fox just left the map. Oh, look. Speaking of foxes, let's cancel that one. Let's grab that raccoon. There's a wolf right there. Can you make turtle shell armor? No. Turtles will drop just leather. All animals drop leather. That's it. And turtles just drop reptile leather. So you could make clothing out of turtle skin, but not armor. No. Maybe there's a mod for that, though. I don't know. I've not seen it, but there's a mod for most things. Alright, Matza is playing some horseshoes. Where's everybody else? We know where Herp is. Saturn's out here scavenging. Wait, what's this? Oh, it's the badger. Yeah, they said they added, what is it, over 40 new animals to the Odyssey. That's so awesome. I can't wait to see the vanilla genetics mod. I love that mod where you can like mutate and crossbreed different animal species. That's so much fun. It's so good. I hope they update that for all the new animals. Maybe not all of them, but a bunch of the new ones. Ooh, there's a sloth. Yeah, once we get the knowledge of how to make pemmican, then we will start going for bigger game. But right now we're just making this stupid stuff, regular meals. Okay, I just remembered another mod that I want. It's the storage mod. There's a mod that allows you to build like little baskets. You can put like food in them. Super convenient for your cook, because you could just have like a basket with all his raw ingredients like right next to him. As it is now, he has to walk through there. So, tell you what, let's set up. We do have a miner, but I want to be careful when mining out this mountain, because we don't want to trigger any of the insect attacks yet. So we're going to do this little by little, and I'm going to utilize this roof overlay. Okay, let's see. Shame with the turtle armor, else it could have been a G-string. I was so proud of action to still stay new to severe. And oh my god, you just gave me a mental picture that's going to haunt me throughout the night. Let's see, herb carefully. Isn't there another storage mod that adds pallets for storage? That's the one I'm thinking of. Yeah. It adds the basket and it adds pallets and stuff. Actually, it might be two different mods. I'm not sure, but yes, there is one for that. 100%. I don't know. We'll see what gets updated. Basically, is what I'm. Okay, he's hunting a squirrel. We got some metal out here. Let's grab that metal. Speaking of metal, we did get this built. Let me put a zone over it. Let's put a zone over all of these. Okay. Yeah, the home zone is important because they won't fight fires unless you've got your home zone over an area. They also won't repair stuff unless it's in the home zone. Well, that's not true. They will, but if I have it toggled this on, rebuild of destroyed structures in home area, they won't do it at this unless it's in the home zone. So I DM'd you the Tortoise Armor mod. Oh, okay. In Discord, since the link shows as... yeah, it won't let you link stuff in Twitch chat. You might be able to if I gave you permission. I'm not sure, but it's better in Discord anyway. That way I can access it after the stream. That's cool. I didn't know it existed. Thank you, my friend. We will get that. We will get that. Yeah, I'm definitely... on board with installing more and more mod and a pan. Saturn wants a pan mod. Yeah, we definitely need, I'm all about installing more mods. Okay, we got a low psychic drone for men. That stinks, but that's okay. The boys will just have to deal with it. Matza's butchering away. Good job, Matza. It's weird. Everybody's on different schedules for some reason. Okay, so he just did that mining. Okay, come back here, Matza. So, what I'm looking at here with this overlay... Okay, let's wait till we get it. Guess the turtle is not big enough. No, wait. You want to install mods to totally unexpected? Listen, the reason that I have to, limit mods on the server is because I want to install too many of them. That's the reason. Alright, we're going to start using granite here as a structure. Let's do that. Mansa says, if you play a game where there is some kind of RPG, it is obligatory to at least have 100 mods. That's true. Can we give NPCs titles? If so, I'd like Herp's title to be Tortoisebane. No, you get titles in this game, but it's royal titles. It's part of a quest system for the royalty DLC. So there are titles, but not what you're thinking of, unfortunately. I made a mod, Mikage made a mod that removes the breakdownable properties from machines. So if you don't have have to constantly repair them with components. Oh, that's cool. Okay. Even better, Sir Herb Tortoisebane. I don't think you can. Now I can just change the name, the nickname, and... Oh, there is a title here. Wait a second. Okay, hold on. I'm totally wrong. That's Saturn. Title. What was it? Sir Herb, semicolon. Tortoisebane. Is it working? Didn't put the semicolon in there. Sorry. No comma either. Tortoisebane. Very nice, sir. Oh, that's as far as it goes. I can't do Bane. Sir Herb Tortoise. I'm sorry. That's what you wanted, so that's what you get. You are now known as Sir Herb Tortoise. Tortoisebane it is. No, just Tortoise. Sir Herb Tortoise. There's no Bane about that, sir. Gosh. Wait, I thought I was going to put granite there. I went ahead and did wooden. God damn it. Grizzly Hunt Band. Sir Herb Tortoise. You did it. You wanted it. I had no control over that, sir. I didn't know that there was going to be a character limit. How dare you accuse me of that knowledge? All right, let's keep some mining going. So, no ban, that was a loophole. I will be Sir Mines a lot. Okay, that's a good one. Sir Mines a lot. Although that's rather close to Sir Mix a lot. And if I get sued, Matza, I'm going to pass your name on to them. Sir, mine's a lot. There we go. That one fit. Don't get defunded. Only the term bear was banned. Oh, is that how it is? Hey, we got a research. All right, so we're going to go back to Pemmican now. Beautiful. Okay, that's going. This is going to be kind of our walk-in cooler. But see what I'm doing here? And this is why I have the green on. So the green represents where we've got roof, like a roof. But, of course, in a mountain area, there's also natural roof. There's the overhead mountain. Now, the difference is designated by this dark green versus the light green, okay? So this dark green is a mountain roof. It's like if you look up, there's rock above your head. If we dig this out, then insects, giant bugs will spawn, for not instantly, but eventually it can happen over time. So if we just avoid digging into these dark green squares, then insects cannot spawn on our map. But raiders and stuff can still hit us, but we can avoid insects if we just don't do that. Now, eventually we'll have to, dig into the mountain and stuff, but early on, we definitely want to avoid that if possible. They are edible, herb derply, but insect meat is similar to human meat in the sense that if your pawns are not ideologically committed to eating it, then they're going to get a horrible mood debuff for eating insect meat. But there are some ideologies which love insect meat. There's one ideology for miners, for like mole people, where you just live under the ground. They like darkness, and they like digging, and they like eating insect meat. I hear tarantulas are a delicacy in Cambodia. Oh my god. He said there. He did, cutie. He did. There's no loopholes in this world. This is RimWorld, buddy. The only loophole is the one going through your guts. All right, let's see. I'm a little nervous here about these wooden walls. How much granite? 190. Been to Cambodia a few times. Cannot confirm. Maybe they keep the good stuff for themselves. Oh, poor Cambodians. I'm sure their cuisine is quite delightful. Yeah, we're going to replace our stuff with a little bit of wood or stone here. The granite. Everybody's favorite material. Anthony Bourdain lied to me. No, he wouldn't do that. That man was a saint. Let's see. Nocturnal insectophiles. Yikes. Yep. Hey, listen, I mean, I'm sure there's many a bug eaten during our own evolutionary history, Whoops. All right, speed it up there, people. Let's go. Let's see what's happening. We do need some more meat. Herb Derpley is hard at work cutting stone. Let's get him to hunt this squirrel. And what is that? Oh, a mink. Wonder if that's good to eat. Probably tastes gross. Let's get some power cords laid. We're going to do hidden. Those are always the best. I think that was a tip that you gave me, Kage. All right, let's do that. Lay that down. Oh. Okay, what should our faction be called? How about the Knights of Grums? There we go. Yeah, our faction is now known as the Knights of Grums. And so what's the hunger status on those grizzlies? I don't know. Yeah, I think that eating bugs was normal for people at some point. For sure. Oh, for sure. Yeah. There's still tribes that do it today, 100%. You like that one, White Gilgamesh? All right, what is our settlement called? This specific settlement. We'll just call it the hole in the wall. No, we won't call it that. What should we call this? Despairville? That's probably pretty accurate. All right, I like that. Yeah, it looks like it's, I don't know, it looks weird when you lay that out. But we got it, Sheldon. That's a good one. The Glory Hole Matza. Trying to get me banned. This is a child-friendly stream, despite the fact that we're playing RimWorld, and it's got a mature warning on it. If you're building a grav ship, hole in the wall is perfectly fine since it won't exist for long. Yeah, I was going to wonder about that. I don't want to spoil too much. I don't care about spoiling it for myself necessarily, but So when we launch a grab ship, I think I read, don't you have the choice to abandon the settlement, or can't you keep it too, right? I can't remember what it's. I thought you had the choice, but again, we're not anywhere near that like that phase yet, or that point. But you need a specific structure to keep it. Oh, okay. I see. We have to build something before we're able to keep it. So if I were just like, you get a grab ship right now and launch it, the colony would be abandoned. Okay. Otherwise, it gets destroyed by a gravitational shear. Cool. I like that. That seems to fit well with the lore, obviously. All right. Simon says, don't they have chocolate-covered ants in France? They have those here in the States. Well, they have chocolate-covered grasshoppers. They probably have ants, too. All right. Oh, we did get batteries. That's right. Let's get some freaking batteries down, people. All right. We need a bunch of work going on here. Wait, what do we... Pemmican. After Pemmican, we're going to go to Psychoid Brewing. We got to get this primitive knowledge before we can really start to get the good knowledge. Don't you get traumatized by the sheer gravity of that scenario? Oh, the puns. I get traumatized by your puns, Saturn. I wake up in a cold sweat, repeating puns that I heard from the previous night's stream. Alright. They're in bed. Matt's is still hard at work, cooking. Okay, so now we've got rice. Oh, he is making... No, he's not. Let's get some fine meals cooked up. We'll just copy that, paste that. We'll make that the priority one. Okay, yeah, cook some fine meals, buddy. We're probably going to need meat for that, though, so... Let's go on a little hunt. Hare, that's fine. Rats are delicious. Bunch of little game, people. Bunch of little game. Gilgamesh says, all that talk of exotic fun food, all I have is tomato soup from room service. Is good though, really can't complain. I hope you feel better, Grums. I know being sick is no fun. Cold soup, that'd be vichyssoise. Cold tomato soup is, I think, vichyssoise. Oh, the fire ran out of wood. Are we out of wood in the colony? No. People are just getting lazy. They don't want to fill the fire. I love being the fire guy. Whenever I go camping, I'm like, don't touch the fire. I got this. I'm elbowing people who walk up with like armloads of wood. I like knock it out of their hands. Don't you dare. You'll kill the fire. It's like a little baby. All right, Matza, quit cooking and prioritize refueling. Gazpacho, that's it. What is vichyssoise? What am I thinking of? Gazpacho. Vichyssoise. I swear, I think in the first Batman, the one with Michael Keaton, Alfred hands him a bowl of soup. At one point, he puts a spoonful in his mouth and he spits it out and he's like, it's cold. And Alfred goes, it's vichyssoise. And he's like, oh. And then he just eats it. I think that's what he said. Maybe he says gazpacho. Alright, so we got walls going up. We got power lines going down. The vichyssoise spelling is chilled potato and leek. Oh, that actually sounds better. So it is a cold soup, though. Okay. Yeah, very fancy. I like leeks. I love onions in general, but leeks are very good. Very kind of a milder. Look, Herp is studying his little book. Reading, managing, bow making. What's the full name? A darkest example? I don't know. Oh, wait. A darkest examination. What a title. My wife doesn't allow leaks in the house anymore. Why not, Andy? Was there some sort of leak incident? Upgrading from a revolver to a bow. Well, listen, you know, if it's like a masterwork or a legendary bow, it might actually be better. I read that as a vasectomy day. A strange title indeed. Tell me about it. That's one of the things I love best about Cataclysm, Dark Days Ahead, that other game that I play on the stream. Occasionally, the books in that game have the best titles. So funny. Alright, Cutie says, to be honest, Mr. Bun and I like warmed version of the vichyssoise in the fall. It goes great with a crusty bread and a good salad. That definitely making me hungry. I like potato soup, absolutely. Now, I've mainly had, the potato soup I've had is hot, and it's usually got like a pretty fair amount of cheddar cheese in it, too. So it's like a cheesy potato soup, typically. You'd sign up? Yeah, it does sound good. You could do a bread bowl. Get yourself one of those like nice hearty rye bread like loaves that are round. Just pour the soup in there. I love rye bread too, by the way. That's good stuff. All right. No for the vasectomy day. Listen, men, be responsible, okay? Just get it done. Snip, snip. That's it. That's all it takes. Vasectomy with soup on the side. All right, now we're getting a little weird here. All right, hold on. He's not butchering. He's over here cooking rice, but he's not butchering. Like the lollipops at the dentist. That's right. It's a good reward. It's a good reason. Alright, so rye bread is delicious. I'm really into seed breads, too. Okay, so you mean like what's an example of a seed bread? You just mean like breads that, I don't know. I guess, well, rye bread is an example of a seed bread, huh? Pumpernickel's also really great too. The black bread. Surprisingly, I find it to be kind of like a mild rye, despite its darker color. It's like more mild, but I really, you know what I love is a grilled cheese sandwich with pumpernickel and Swiss cheese instead of like white and American or something. Soft rye from the beefsteak has been my go-to lately, but I feel like I'm getting off topic. No, there's no off topic, dude. Not in this stream. Mechanoid signal. Ooh, the grav engine. Yeah. Alright, so this Ultratech Heart of the Grav Ship. The grav engine generates lift by yada yada. There it is. Jump to the location. Ooh, boy, it put it all the way by the edge of the map. Hey, look. Ew, the mink is eating the mink. Bro, there is cannibalism in the stream, guys, but it wasn't the kind you initially thought it would be. It's not me doing it. This cutie says, seed bread is usually multigrain, but it has, like, the seeds on top. Okay. Yeah, I've seen that before, for sure. Pumpkin. You know what? Sometimes they're inside the loaf, too. Ooh. Mink selected this cannibalism for their backstory. Apparently, they did. I usually eat when I go on break at work. I don't eat like a lot. I like eat when I get home, but I do eat. I buy bags of pistachios I really like, so I'll eat some of those on break. But they were out of them, so I got some pumpkin seeds, but they're the shelled kind, and they're called pepitas. But oh my god, they're so flavorful and delicious, like roasted shelled pumpkin seeds. Really good. I'm basically going to switch from pistachios to those now. Except they sell out, too. Like, we get a box of them. They go real quick. People love those freaking things. Pepitas. It's just fun to say the name, too. Pepitas. No off stream. What's with the squirrels burying their nuts? Thanks for reminding me of the Kung Pao. Let's see, pistachios are great. I love them. I hate how expensive they are, though, but roasted pepitas are a huge treat for me. Yeah, they're cheap, too. Super cheap. We also sell the shell, like the pumpkin seeds in the shell, but those are just labeled pumpkin seeds. But when you take the shell off, they magically transform into pepitas. Also a fan of pepitas. I just like saying it. All right, let's speed things up. They need to get these walls finished, man. What the hell, bro? We got these walls looking all funky. Saturn's researching, dutifully, studying the lost arts of how to make pemmican. So once we get that, we're going to start gorging on food. We're just going to make, like, a whole bunch of food. We're talking thousands. Uh-oh, solar flare, doesn't matter. It says we need batteries. Matza, will you make the batteries so this computer game will stop telling me to do stuff? Get them from the Middle Eastern shops. Cheap and so good. You know, that reminds me too, speaking of Middle Eastern shops, I bought a bag of dates recently. I love dates. Got to be one of my favorite fruits is the date. So delicious. And very nutritious too. I've heard that one date is like equivalent in the amount of potassium from eating like 2 bananas. We used to have Sprout supermarket in my city once, but they had a scoop and weigh jars of dried fruit and nuts. Oh, those are awesome. So much pepitas. They weren't even expensive at the time. Funny enough, last week I was watching Tasting History with Max Miller, trying to make pemmican. Okay, I like Max Miller, yeah. I watched his show. Yeah, pemmican is a Native American food that was originally prepared by Native Americans using the intestines of a buffalo. They would take like the large intestinal lining or whatever, they would fill it with the fat of the animal, and then they would chop up like meat and they would put that into the fat, and they would often throw like berries or nuts in with it too to flavor it. But then they would seal that sack, that intestine up, and it would last for years. Literally, like that meat and food and fat would last for years. So it's like a really highly concentrated protein that just lasts forever. Sunflower pepitas. I love Max. We actually watch every Tuesday. Yeah, he's a good guy. He's got a great channel. Pemmican. Sometimes I kind of wish his like history sections were longer. You know, like I love history, but I also love cooking too, so I don't mind. Pemmican is just bird soot for humans. Oh, dude, that's so funny you mentioned that. When I used to like go to the hardware store with my mom or my stepdad, we'd see like those packages of soot for birds, and I always wanted to try it. I was like, this could be good though. What if they're like secretly trying to pass this off as bird food, but it's delicious. Who was it? That North Pole explorer, I think Perry, who loved pemmican. Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about, actually, Saturn. Yeah, there was some who wrote in his journals that he loved pemmican, which is funny because it's not. I don't think it's known as being like an especially appetizing food or anything. Doesn't sound especially appetizing. Herp is on a mission. Where is Herp? Oh, he's cutting stone. He's doing good. In fact, let's utilize some of this stone while we've got a slow period before we get our first raid. We're going to build a wall. We'll do that one stage at a time. He was up north. Yeah, I've got him set to cut only granite stones, and so he's having to go farther and farther out to get these granite chunks, which I don't even see any right now. Here's some. So yeah, it might be smart then to switch him over to marble once he's done. Marble's good for certain building because it gives a beauty bonus. When you have walls made of marble, the colonists will look at it and that'll increase their beauty. But granite's not. None of the other stones are like that. Let's see. HD, we're going to build a wall. Texas enters the chat. Building walls to keep the raiders at bay, you know it. But again, it's not foolproof because there are going to be some raids, they're known as breaching raids, and it'll tell you when it pops up what kind of a raid it is. But breaching raids explicitly go for your walls. Like, if it's a normal raid, they'll take the path of least resistance, so we can kind of funnel them. You know, you can even set up kill boxes with turrets and stuff, so they'll just walk right into a zone of fire. But again, some raids are just going to go straight for the walls and break through. But can't we build a ditch instead of a wall, a big, huge moat? Not in the base game, but there is a mod. It's actually a turret mod. It introduces a whole bunch of turrets, but it also allows you to dig a moat. But since there's no Z levels, or there used to not be, there actually are now, but it's not quite what I'm talking about. It really is just a terrain that slows people down a lot. So you just like rezone it for a moat, and what it does is it just slows people down tremendously and stuff. A moat with spikes made of lava. Now you're starting to remind me of Dwarf Fortress. That was something I often tried to do with Dwarf Fortress, was build a moat made of lava, because you can tunnel and put it through tubes and stuff, direct it where you want it to go. It's dangerous though. You can lose a lot of dwarfs doing that. All right, so let's take that out. Let's see. Good. All right, we will spin that, and sharp stones of shards of obsidian. Those aren't real Z levels, to be honest. Yeah, the world map, yeah, can now have multiple layers is what allows without. Yeah, that's right, Kage. Because if you play on like Dwarf Fortress, that's a true Z level where I mean, there's hundreds of them, but like each one is happening simultaneously with all the other levels. Yeah. All right, let's move. I haven't experienced those new levels except from Anomaly, which I assume it's similar to how they've done it in Odyssey, but gone underground to kill like the big flesh queen or whatever. Can't remember what that quest was. But hey, I forgot to turn off Anomaly in this run, so we could theoretically do it. Maybe we will. No, but we're going to be focused on the Odyssey content for sure. So if we can get the graph ship built, we'll probably just abandon this colony and go do other stuff. Maybe set up in a different place. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But that's not going to happen anytime soon. We're still going to have to recruit several extra people. And hey, we've got the Arts of Pemmican. All right, let's get Psychoid brewing. Because we do have some psychoid being planted, so it's important. All right, I think I'm going to get rid of that. And let's just suspend that. Let's do, we'll just start with 1,000. Sounds like a lot, but it's really not. Pemmican is eaten in what, stacks of 4, I think? So if you have one pemmican, it's not even a full meal. All right. Why isn't there bazooka research on that list? What do you mean? That joke went over my head. I don't get it. There actually is rocket research and stuff like that. Well, there's mortars, gun turrets, gas operation. I need a rocket launcher to take on those tortoises. Yeah, there is a mod that introduces a rocket, like it's like a, it's goddamn, it's like an emplacement rocket swarm turret. That's it. Yeah, it's vanilla. Oh, it is. I'm thinking of something else than a mod. Whoops. All right, so let's focus on the pemmican. Now we're gonna need a whole bunch of meat. And we've only got a very little amount of rice. Yeah. All right, so now is the time. Oh, look at that beautiful little swan. Now's the time to find that giant sloth. There he is. Oh, we got some steel. All right, grab that. We're going to double hunt this sloth, meaning Herp and Saturn are going to hunt it together, but be honest, I think we should wait. We don't have a lot of food to go with our, whatever it's called, our giant sloth meat. Let's expand this just a bit. Turn that sloth into stew. You know it, buddy. All right, speed things up. Yeah, not quite ready. We got to time it perfectly. We got plenty of food for now, but if I kill the sloth now, we would still be waiting on like rice or whatever else to make the pemmican, so the meat would end up going bad, most likely. Let's accept, or let's change. I'm going to shrink this, and I'm going to expand it. Put that right there. Let's put pemmican as acceptable. Okay, good. And yeah, we're set. See, we already got meat rotting away. It's just small pieces of meat, though. But all right, not bad, not bad. Now, you know what we need is a little bookshelf. Yeah, give me a bookshelf right there. That'll help with our research speed. The Hunted Praetor. Yeah, we should make a royal pawn for sure. Who gets it? Let's look at their social. 6. Oh, Herp is a 10. Oh, and Matt's is a 10 as well. Who gets to be the royal pawn? Is it Matza or is it Herp? You know what? I think it's going to be Matza. I guess it doesn't matter. Well, I was going to say, Herp might very well one day become our production specialist. But I guess it doesn't matter if he could also be a royal pawn. Sir Tortoisebane. Alright, we'll accept it for you, Herp. Prince Herp. Where is it? Herp? Well, I mean, you can have multiple royal pawns, too. Boetis. Botatus. Oh, okay, wait, that's part of the quest. Oh, let's see what this guy's powers are. Where'd he go? Look at that fancy hat. Ooh, he's got stun and skip. That's cool. Alright. Time to assert. Yeah, that's right. Make the other pawns know who the royalty is, right? Alright, so we've got to take care of this squirrel. Where is it? I don't even see it. There we go. Oh, it was a porcupine. I thought it was a squirrel. Alright, so that's not good. We got a porcupine coming at us, but we've got this stun ability, so we're going to stun it. Where you at? As soon as it gets closer, hurry up. A little closer. Oh. Nice. Oh, that was great. Teamwork, gentlemen. Let's go. And maybe Boetes is a woman. I don't know. No. Alright, so look, he immediately starts helping out research. What a sweetheart. Alright, so that quest is pretty much done. We just got to wait for his shuttle. There it is. It's a good thing because he's got no food here that he likes. Alright, good. We got the wall up. Yay. Alright, so here's the deal, Herp. We are going to accept the first level of your, your Psi ability. Okay, so they're ready. Wake up, Herp. Uh-huh. It's going to be a shitty one, but that's okay. Yeah, so we're going to do this first level so we can get you one ability. We'll find out what it is here shortly. But after that, we're going to hold off on getting you too much other levels yet. Because the higher you get in your royalty titles, the more demanding the pawn gets. So Herp is going to want like a bedroom, which matches his, title. And they can even require like certain kinds of food and stuff. So we'll keep you at this low level for now. But let's see what you got. Ship chunk. It's always ship chunk. Alright, so you can drop 5 chunks of rock or slag. And that's helpful as like cover or whatever. But yeah, it's pretty worthless. Of all the like early starter abilities, that's probably the one I would choose least. It's only reasonable he needs his own bathroom, massage therapist, sushi chef. Absolutely. Absolutely. He can't dry himself off in the mornings. Only peasants do that. Alright, so we've got a battery. It's not getting any power though, because I did not draw the line. Alright, so that's going. Let's get rid of these now, and let's go ahead and lay down some proper lamps. Oh, beautiful. Yeah, we'll just wait till that gets moved. And I think we can also... Oh, that's another mod I want. Simple meal rotted away. What the hell, bro? Eclipse. Nobody cares. Crap, I just forgot the mod. Oh, temperature control unit. Temp control. That's a good one. Instead of having to build like a heater and an air conditioner for each season or whatever, you just build one unit and it acts as both. You can heat and cool down a room from a single unit. Cutie says, no, that makes sense. I need those too. Wait. Oh, you need those too. I was surprised you don't have their sleeping offset from each other. What do you mean exactly, Andy? Like sleeping in different rooms? Is that what you mean? Versus a barracks type? Cutie knows what's up. Hold on. Yeah, there. If that's what you're referring to, Andy, I'll let you respond before I start going into a description. But the barracks is a superior setup for a sleeping style or whatever versus individual rooms for several reasons. There are some downsides to it, but ultimately I do prefer a barracks setup. Where's Herb going? No, have the colonists sleep a different... Oh, okay, so a different... I understand now. Less resources needed for beds, and there's always something going on. Yeah. You know, you're not wrong. The thing about that is, too, if we had somebody, like, up overnight, for instance... Yeah, or they sleep, like, during the day, and then they're awake overnight, of course, that's a night owl schedule. And if the person's not actually a night owl... they will get a mood debuff for that, you know, for being awake overnight and being on a night owl schedule, essentially. Or actually, maybe they won't get a mood debuff for it. Kage, do they get a mood debuff for being awake overnight if they're not a night owl? I might be wrong about that, actually. You know what, now I say that, I think I am wrong. Yeah, they don't, because you can set up the biphasic. I used to do the biphasic, meaning they sleep in 2 short chunks. And, of course, for that, they're asleep and awake at, like, all different times of the day and stuff. Only night owls care about time of day being awake. Okay, well, that makes sense then. Yeah, so, I mean, honestly, Andy's not wrong then. We should probably have somebody staggered. I think probably the best person to do it would be Saturn. Because he's our backup builder and our backup grower, right? Right? Plants. Yeah. Yeah, we'll put Saturn on an overnight schedule. Sorry, Saturn. Nobody likes you. You've been voted to the night shift, buddy. Sorry. Okay. I'm just going to do 7 hours. Okay. Change bedtimes to stagger every 3 hours. In the medieval times, people slept at 2 periods, one at midday and one at night. You know, I was watching a little documentary about the sleep patterns of Vikings, and they said that exact same thing. They said that it was common, it's recorded, that they would wake up in the middle of the night for like 2 or 3 hours, and they would like do like little crafting, or they would just like talk with each other and prepare like the next day's plans or chores or whatever. It wasn't like they would check on their animals and like feed the animals and stuff, but they didn't go out and like do big strenuous activities, because then they would go back to sleep for like 3 hours, or for like after that for 3 hours of being awake. But yeah, that's interesting. And it's very different. And it was like natural. They didn't do it because like somebody ordered them to, or that's like how like they had to do it or anything. They just did it because that was natural for them. And I think it's probably also too to help like checking on their animals, I think, was a big part of it. Because if you've got, neighbors who are maybe jealous of your animal or your sheep herd or whatever, you probably want to get up in the middle of the night and check on them or whatever. But yeah, interesting though, very interesting. Because, our sleep patterns are forced on us. It's not like if I just wanted to all of a sudden choose to have like a biphasic sleep schedule, that would be very difficult to do. You know what I'm saying? Like I couldn't have the job that I have now and stuff. Not streaming, but my actual retail job. All right, so what's our next thing? I'm leaning towards smithing. Smithing leads to machining, which leads to guns and mortars, so you can't go wrong getting smithing done super early and then moving on from there to the later stuff. Drug production is tempting, so is mending, but no, I think we definitely go for smithing. Yeah, smithing it is. What it always is, we have it set so there was always 2 colonists awake. Gotcha. Well, we've only got 3 now, so technically we can't, but we'll get there. All right, I'm actually thinking we get a second one of those built, because what I'm going to do is let's get some proper temperature going. Oh, good, we do have the refrigerator. That's right, okay. I'm going to place that. That's an awesome thing. Okay, let's get some coolers going. Beautiful. What's the temperature? Yeah. Yeah, I think it's going to be warm for most of the year. We might need a heater like at some point in the year, but most of the time we're going to be doing cools. Oh no, you can't, colonists only need to sleep 6 to 8 hours a day. Oh, okay. Well, I don't want to stress too much about the schedules. Let's see here. Alright, do we have pemmican made yet? God, it feels like we've been waiting on crops forever. We've only got 224. But we get this little refrigerator made. Okay, awesome. Good job, Matza. Come on, get this thing. Oh, he went to sleep. Alright, that's fine. That's fine. We've got... Crops take time. They do. They do. I can't rush them. Whereas meat is instantaneous. Alright, so... Let's start setting some stuff to be hunted. I should get this lynx out of here. Swans have a 50% chance to attack when harmed. Oh, okay. So I have the hospitality mod installed, so I'm just going to refuse visitors until we're ready for them. Let's see. Meat is cheap. Cheap and quick, buddy. As long as you got Herp and Matza doing the shooting. Or Herp and Saturn, I should say. Matza's the cook. Okay, perfect. So we've got a RimFridge, single refrigerator. So I am going to set this as critical, and we're just going to put all our raw food in there. Yeah, not the animal products, though. Yep. So this way, the cook can just pull stuff right out of here, you know, be super efficient. Oh, that's right. Also, I want to, now that we've got electricity, let's switch over to the electric stove. He did the bow research. Does he get one? No, it's not immediate. Learning that research. Yeah, recurve bow. So this is the research. He didn't quite finish it. He could, though. He was also learning fishing, too. This little booklet or whatever. Here it is. Yeah, it taught him. Yeah, this teaches recurve bow and fishing. So he needs to learn a little bit more. Yeah. It's not a great bow. It's a recurve bow. There is a difference, but we don't have the mod that adds the great bow, so it's kind of a moot point. But yeah, well, though he'll probably stick with the pistol. He'll probably stick with the pistol for now. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know. Wait a second. Somebody might be able to whip up a pretty good little bow. Oh, I forgot about the backpacks. Yeah, let's make a few of these. Oh, yes. Backpacks are awesome. They basically increase the pawn's carrying capacity. Look at Herp. He dives into that. He's been itching to do some crafting, hasn't he? Oh, yeah. All right. Very good. Very good. Yeah, I don't play with a lot of the vanilla expanded mods, and for people who don't know RimWorld, that's not going to make a lot of sense to you, but so like Andy and Kage, you guys are probably familiar with the vanilla expanded mods. I really, really like the genetics one, but a lot of the faction ones or the storyteller ones, I've either never tried them, or the ones I have tried, I just don't care for. But I also don't like the crops, too. Like, there's another mod that I use for my crops called the VGP. Familiar with the idea and everything. Yeah. I think it's because I played a lot of RimWorld before the vanilla expanded mods came out, and for me they just change a little bit too much for my personal taste. But there's a few of them that I do really, really like, and one of them is the accessories mod. Is it bad on their mental health to eat in the dark? No, it's not. Well, that's not true. There is a penalty for being in the dark. They will get a mood buff. It's not specifically related to eating in the dark, but if they're if they're sweaty, or if they're in the dark, yeah, that will cause them to be a little bit pissy. So we'll get a lamp in there. Good call. Let's do a ritual. So, since Herp got to be the royal pawn, we will make Matza the priest. Perfect. Matza, the holy priest Matza. I didn't even look at like what our ideology is called. Hinarus's temple? Okay, yeah, sure. Why not? The big vanilla expanded one that I like is Medieval Walls. Oh, that might be a newer one that I've not seen. Allows the building of walls that you can fire through. Okay. Just acts as near full cover wall, so supporting roof and ceiling and roof. I use one called Embrasures for that purpose. I know getting all sweaty is really annoying. That's why I take measures to ensure I will rarely be sweaty. I played with that one forever, though. I love Embrasures. That's actually on my list because I just remembered to install it. I've got Embrasures, Complex Jobs, the storage one that gives us like baskets and pallets, and Temperature Control Unit. So I have to see if there's any others. There's definitely like content adding ones, like the genetics. Let me just write genetics down. Maybe I'll install that. That could be fun. Genetics is very much end game though. Like, you know, if I install genetics, we wouldn't be doing that right away. All right, good job. Now get back here. So Matza is now our priest. Let's get let's do one of these. Yeah, we'll do a ritual. Hopefully we'll get lucky, but probably not. And of course, this is important. Hey. What do we get? Hey, Randy sent us some yayo. Oh, there they go, the sky lanterns. They're doing the sky lantern ritual. Yeah, and of course, we need 10 points. In other words, we need to get 10 points from doing these rituals before we can reform our ideology and add to it. Make it more complex, give us more benefits and stuff. Matza, you're a priest, the most holy pan now. Alright, let's speed this up. Yay! Oh, sick! Alright, so it was a really, really good one. Actually, I think that's the best. Yeah, good job, Matza. So he just got everybody a plus 10 to their mood for 6 days, dude. That's huge. 6 days worth a plus 10. I will convert any infidel. Wait, Bunny says, I'd love to do sky lanterns one day. Too bad they mostly cause wildfires in our area. Yeah, I don't think that would be a smart one. You know what I have done before is those paper lanterns that like down a river. That's safer, you know. You could do that. If you don't have a river in your area, that's probably pointless. But all right, and we got a wanderer to join us. A gardener. She is willing to contribute, but will not leave voluntarily, claiming to have nowhere else to go. Her best skill is plants at a 15. All right, we're gonna accept it. I don't know. Gender. All right. Knights of Grums, female. Well, Cutie Bun Bun, we promised that you would be the 4th member. Let's look at the bio. Traits, delicate. Incapable of intellectual, crafting, caring, and social. Oh, damn. Let's see. Cooking is a 1. I mean, she's really great at planting. What are my stats? She's 54. Let's look at her health. Well, you know, she's got a scar on her head, but that's not bad. Let's go back to her bio. That's funny. She's not a bad combat opponent. Well, what is she going to do? Oh, she's an artist. Okay. Yeah, this is cool. Not bad, not bad. So what we'll do with her is obviously she's going to take charge of the planting operation, which is good because although it's very small right now and doesn't seem like it's too hard to keep under control, it will get more difficult. And we'll need pawns who are just dedicated to that at some point. And now I can also take Saturn off of it, so it relieves Saturn of some of his duties so he can focus more on researching, was really what he's supposed to be doing. So that's great. All right, let's change the name. You're an art major and you love plants. What a coincidence. All right, Cutie Bun Bun. Let me make sure I spell it right. Oh, not IE. Y. Cutie Bun Bunny. Accept. Alright. Kazuko. Cutie Bun Bunny. Sheckley. Nice. Alright, so she's got a bed already. Yeah, we're going to have to start thinking about a barracks, I think, is going to be our next step. Let's go ahead and add another backpack for her. Herp's out here reading. Okay, that's great. That is good news. 100 out of 10 has a bed, yep. That's funny, okay. Yeah, she's going to turn out well, but what we need to do now, though, is get an art bench ready. Yeah, we'll set up an art bench in our little stockpile area for her. Because normally what I do is when a pawn is not doing anything, even if they suck at researching, I'll build a research bench for them, so they'll just have something to do, so they're not idling around the colony. But she is obviously incapable of research. Now, the good news is, though, the art bench will be her go-to, her fallback, you know. Whenever she's not doing anything else, she'll make art. And even though she sucks at it, no offense, cutie, you are only a 1. Eventually, this will get up to a 20, you know. She doesn't have a passion for it, but that doesn't matter. I'll make the house pretty for everyone. That's right. We also need a jail. Ooh, that's true. Yeah, I do need to put down a jail. Let's, I like to keep my jail close to the food that way, and the medicine, too. That way that our pawns aren't, like, walking halfway across the map to feed their and take care of the prisoners. Alright, that'll be our prison. Oh, it will be a very Jackson Pollock looking first. Pollock is one of my favorite artists. I honestly prefer his earlier works. I understand that his drip paintings were revolutionary and changed modern art, which is important, you know. By my definition, that's what makes an artist a great artist, is someone who has a fundamental impact on the art itself, you know, going forward. And Jackson definitely had that, but I still like his earlier works better than the drip paintings. Not to say that there aren't some really good drip paintings that he did, but yeah, I love Pollock. I also love the movie Pollock, where Ed Harris portrayed him. Really good movie. I understand why his drip paintings were important. I just hate them so much. I don't hate them. Like I said, there are some really, really interesting and beautiful ones, especially if you have someone who's knowledgeable, kind of, you know, talk you through them. But yeah, I mean, it's obvious why they're treated as like anybody can do them. Like a 2-year-old could do that, you know, which is very not true. I don't believe that kind of a statement is true. You couldn't, a 2-year-old or just a regular person couldn't replicate a Jackson Pollock. No. But it appears that way to like a lay person, you know. Oh, we have 4 colonists now. Can we modify? Oh, yeah. Let's actually, I'm glad you said that because there's a couple things I need to do. Let's change that. Let's do that. All right, Cutie Bun and Saturn will be our overnighters. There we go. What I might do, I've forgotten how to set up the biphasic schedule. I'll have to refer to Adam versus Everything's video on that again. But we might go with the full biphasic. We'll see. Like I said, I'll set that up, or I'll get that video pulled up for the next stream so we can refer to it. But yeah, oh boy, guys, it's been a good stream. We've definitely made some progress, but you know, it's always like that in the first couple of hours of any RimWorld game. It's like, oh, it feels so promising. We haven't been raided yet. Everybody's happy. There's been no social fights. And then the second stream happens and everything goes downhill quickly. But hopefully we can prevent that. No. And we've got some really great mods now installed, so the playthrough is just going to get better and better. And I'm going to be looking to install more as we go, for sure. But I think that's going to do it for today's stream. Of course, this VOD will be up on the YouTube channel in a day or two, so make sure you check that out if you guys missed any part of it or if you joined late. But thank you, everybody. I really had a great stream today, and it's all because of you guys. So thank you once again, and I will see you all on the next one.